Welcome to the video, everyone. So I decided to do a tour of the studio. I'm just going to go through the machines that I'm using at the moment. I think it's just a cool idea to do this every once in a while, every year. A few years from now is going to be cool to watch how everything kind of progressed. So yeah, let's just go and see what changed and what I'm using at the moment. So I got the MPC X right here. This is obviously the brains of the studio, and everything is connected to it, the synths and the turntable. So everything is sampled into the MPC. This is where I structure everything. Sampling, I got the turntable, I got more records in the studio as well. From here, the audio goes into my Electron Heat. Actually, it's part of my sound nowadays. So everything runs into it. And this thing really warms up the sound a lot. The sound of the X, even though I really enjoy this MPC, the sound of the X isn't really great. You know, once I started using the analog heat, now I just use it in everything because it does change the audio a lot. Use it for mixing as well and for mastering. I can run my snares, kicks through it, sample it back in again. I have a few synths now here. It's something that I wanted for a while now, and I finally have it. This is brand new. It's the Marlow Argon 8X. And I'm not 100% sure if it's going to stay in the studio. It's digital, it's not analog, and you notice it straight away. I got it because of that, because it's a wavetable synth, and I didn't really want the normal subtractive synthesizer. I wanted something different, and this is it. It sounds amazing. It's priced really good at 600, I think, 600 euros, around that. Anyway, I have my synth section right here. You guys know the 2S, the Mini Brute. I have the Moog Subharmonicon, and I have the Argon 8X. This is actually connected to the X. Output into the X, obviously, into the two XLR inputs that I have here. I have, this is the Moog. It's coming into here. The audio from the 2S is coming into the Marlow, which then gets effects from the Marlow and then into the X again. I'm sending MIDI via USB, then MIDI back into here because I can write stuff in the X and then trigger the notes right here. But the sequencer on this thing is really good. I've been testing out ideas in this. That's really another topic, and I'll leave it for another video. Yeah, so everything's kind of routed in between it. Everything jumps back into the MPC X. If you want to follow me on my other channel, that's where I'm going to be posting stuff with synths. Okay. Now from this, we then go into my outboard gear, my compressors, and my EQ as well. So the analog heat from Electron goes straight into the Tigler audio. This is a transient shaper. It's so many things, really. It's a compressor, and then you have a different type of, I would say, attacks. It's not really an attack. This is the transient shaper of this machine, and it's just the way it attacks transients. You can push it, you can drive it right here, and then you have the intensity. It just makes the sound. It adds saturation, like kind of like tape saturation in a way. It makes it sound really good. I really enjoy this, and I find new ways of working with it every single time. Yesterday I was figuring out new stuff with this. So yeah, I really love this thing. From the analog heat, it comes into this, and from this it goes into the EQ. This is a new thing that I have from Heritage Audio, and I really love it because it's an MS mid-side and Baxendal EQ. I can really push the audio here, and it really doesn't distort. Use it mostly for mid-side, but you can use it just normal left and right as well. From here, then it goes to the Heritage Audio again, my final compressor, and has a beautiful sound. I like it. It colors the sound a little bit, and it has some side chaining right here, which I use all the time. This one actually has a dry and wet, which you can really blend the signal. By the time it hits these, the beat is so different from what it sounds like in the MPC. It's just so different. I use this on the mix bus, So kind of like, it's not really the mastering side of it, but I use it a lot to color my audio, and I like using compressors to create movement. Just add that ducking effect, not too much, but I like to create that, and I do that a lot with this one. This is one of the things that I'm enjoying the most now. I'm not even looking too much into samplers or anything. Probably I'll get samplers in the future, more samplers to work with. But this is the thing that I'm really enjoying. Obviously, you need to have a good mix, but when it gets to the mix bus, I think really that's where a lot of the magic happens. How you process your signal, how you warm it, how you add your lows and your highs. So yeah, man, I'm just going on too much about this. I really love it. I'm just learning, but this is something that I want to keep building. I want to keep building this side of the analog gear. You know, as long as I'm getting money, this is where I like to spend my money. Down here, let's look down here because I have some extras. This is my audio interface. I have another one right here. This is actually what I'm using to record my vocals. This is connected to my laptop. This is for my beats. So my beat run from the Tickler to the EQ to the successor ends up right here on the Prism Sound Lyra, and this is where my beats get recorded into. It's an audio interface via USB, so very practical. I have this on the side. It works great. This is a much cheaper audio interface. This is the Focusrite, and I've had this for many years now. It's the Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. When I'm doing videos for YouTube, this is where I record my vocals, and also the beats run from here going to here for YouTube. But when I'm doing music to get recorded for Spotify or stuff like that, it all gets done right here. This is just some extras. Get some extras inputs for other stuff that I have connected in the back. I have my VHS player, play it in the TV now and again. That's another cassette player, and I got this like a month ago or so. I want to actually record beat tapes straight into this. So I got the XL right here, and I'm not making beats with it at the moment. Now and again I make a beat with it, but what I do is sample through it, send some samples into it. It has the effects board inside it, so I like to use the effects board, and also like the filter inside of the XL. So I send my samples into it and back into my MPC-X. So it's here more as a processing effects tool, and that's what I use it mostly. Now and again I make a beat with it. I have a video showing this one. This is the multi-tracker from Fostex. It's a 4-track tape recorder, and I record my samples into this as well if I want to add some real saturation, tape saturation, and then I recorded it back into the MPC. And I use it as a mixer as well, so I send my signals into it, and from that it goes either back into the MPC or it goes into the audio interface and into my computer. Really depends. I just use it in the middle of the studio. It's like a way to direct my signal, my audio signal. So it's a 202. Normally I grab it and take it wherever I need to. I just use it to process signal. And that was the tour of the studio. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Most likely this will be different in like a few months. I don't know what's going to happen, but I keep moving things around. I'm actually really happy with what I have. Most likely I'll get new gear. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not planning on getting new gear, but there's always something new coming up, and maybe like next week, next month, there's a new MPC or there's a new sampler in the market. So you never really know what's going to happen, but I'm actually very happy. I like my MPC-X a lot. It does all the work. I work really fast with it, and I have my records. I keep getting records. Maybe someday we're going to get into my record collection and see what I have. I keep collecting old keyboards as well. I like the way they sound. Some of these old keyboards have 1 or 2 sounds that is just amazing. This one I bought for €5 and I sample it all the time. I really love it. Apart from that, I think I've showed you everything. Also gave you like a tour of how everything is connected. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't have much. I have this thing right here. Everyone keeps asking me, how do you take the dust off? These things work great, but you have to get a good brand. You have to really this is part of the studio as well. You have to get a good brand, because some of these, some of these more cheap brands, what happens is that they don't actually get the dust stuck into the thing. You just move the dust from one side to the other. But if you get the good ones, you know, they're a bit more expensive, but those ones actually grab the dust, so it's great. This is one of the things you need to have in your studio. Just get a duster, and this thing now and again do a bit of cleaning. This is in the studio as well. It's part of the studio. So there you go. This is how I clean my dust, even though it's dusty all the time. That's it. Like, I don't have anything else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of the studio, and if you got any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'm really excited to see what I have next year and do another tour of my studio next year. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Peace.